What's up, ladies and gentlemen? This is Muscle, and this is another Two Line Music Hut's Entertainment Report podcast. And today, we have a super special guest in the building. He comes all the way from New York. He's the big clock. You know who we have in the building? We have Steelie Bashment in the building today. What's going on, my brother?
Let me give you the proper introduction. As the landmarks, Brooklyn landmarks. We call it the Brooklyn legend. I am legend. Steelie Bashment representing Brooklyn, Flatbush Avenue, anywhere in Brooklyn, anywhere in New York, worldwide, from New York City to Toronto to New York, everywhere. Listen, Two Line Music Hut, you know what it is.
What's going on, my brother?
Man.
Welcome back to the city.
Yes, it's our city.
Yeah.
You got to share it now.
All right.
You have no choice. We got
Sometimes
shares in this.
49-51.
Okay.
51-49.
That sounds fair enough. I'm not greedy.
Yeah.
I'm not greedy at all.
We're
I'm
good.
not greedy.
Welcome back to the city. How has the city been treating you since you
City's
got
been
back?
Good, man. I love the city because the city gives me that love and give me that respect. So, you know, you give back what you put in what you give back. So it's like a vice versa thing. So the city gives me the energy, so I give back the city my energy 110%.
Yeah. Makes sense, you know what I mean? Because we know anytime you come into town,
Yeah.
the landmark comes into town,
Yes.
it's always crazy.
It's always crazy.
You know what I mean?
And I appreciate that people appreciate the music structure that I present to them. And that's what it boils down to. It boils down to the structure of the music and the energy that you put out into what you proceed to the people, you know?
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Big. So, all right, let's just get to the beginning of things right now.
Yes.
Steelie Bashment, right?
Yes.
How did you even get your name in the first place?
All right, first we started off with Steelie. It was no Bashment.
There was no Bashment.
It was no Bashment.
Okay.
It started off as Steelie the Kid.
Steelie the Kid.
Yeah, because now, remember back in the days as a musician now, you're trying to find out, okay, what's my tag name? I need a tag name.
For sure.
I need a name for people to call me, right? So as me having these records, having these big equipments in my bedroom, my mother cussing me every day with the speaker, 18-inch speakers, I needed an identity for myself. So I'm like, damn, what am I going to call myself? And at that time, I was a big fan of Silverhawk. Big fan of Silverhawk. Nobody couldn't tell me about Silverhawk.
Silverhawk's your song.
Yes, my song.
Yeah.
Someone said, nah, because that's my idol.
Yeah.
Nah, Steelie. Yeah.
Just like that.
Steelie.
Yeah. Wow.
Yeah, man. So that's what the name came about, Steelie. And we can move fast forward to the bashment part of it.
Okay. How long did it actually take for you to go from Steelie the Kid to Steelie Bashment?
Probably like 10 years.
10 years, eh?
10 years.
Because remember, bashment is a word that came around, I would say around 95-ish type of thing.
Correct.
95. 94 to 96 in that.
Right.
Okay, so then, yeah, because I always thought, I said, okay, Steelie Bashment, but I know you've been playing longer than 95,
Yes.
so then clearly there was something before that.
The transition between there and then.
Okay, so then, let's, because I don't want to jump too far. Did you were you Steelie Bashment when you were on Afrique, or that was after the fact?
During the course.
During the course. Okay. So let's talk about how you got to Afrique and then the transition in the name.
Right. So I was more of the brand of Steelie Bashment from day one.
Okay.
I was never attached to anyone for them to give me that stepping stool to say, okay, my sound is a big sound. Come to us and we're going to make you known.
Yeah.
I was always the product to make these sounds known. I was always that product that everybody wanted to be attached to. So I was more of a contracted DJ instead of being obligated to one sound system.
Yeah.
So now, over the course of the years, I played Earth Ruler. I played Addies.
Get out, Steelie.
Yes, Addies. Me faced Matterhorn. We went to England and we clashed bass at the sea. Yes.
I had no idea.
Yeah, the amount of work with Addies was because back then, me and Matterhorn, brother, like
for sure,
like Benja and Bati.
Yeah.
So it's like, why would you be around me and you have your talent and don't?
Yeah.
shine around the sound system. So I played Addies. Every sound system in New York that has a name, I was attached to it. But for the moment, it wasn't like, okay, I stayed so you know me from there.
Got you.
So it was just jumping from zone to zone to zone to zone.
Contract killer.
Contract killer.
Yeah.
So it became a point where it had this sound in Brooklyn called Super Strong.
Yes. Super Strong. Yes.
So Super Strong was a sound system that any sound that came from Jamaica to clash Addies, they would use their equipment. And Super Strong equipment was like the top of the line. Like when everyone was using hammer and nails to build boxes, they were buying their things. So when you say Super Strong sound, you be like, nah, these dudes got money.
This is serious.
Yeah, this is serious. I don't see no plywood with these racks or nothing like this. Everything is carpeted. Everything was just purchased.
Super Strong.
So that's how they made their name with the upgraded sound system that time. And any song that came from Jamaica to clash Addies, they would use Super Strong equipment. So I said, nah, sir, I need to be a part of that sound, yeah, boy. And I got the link, the introduction. So I called Super Strong my sound. Like, that was kind of my sound system.
Okay, this is where the contract killer kind of settled in to a zone.
Correct. Settled in from a zone. So now, when I started showcasing the dubs of a Super Strong and then beat up them little Sonia, and so the name started reaching different levels now.
Got you.
Different levels. And it just reached from one sound to another sound. So it was from Super Strong to Spectrum Disco.
Oh, you were on Spectrum too?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, come on, we know Spectrum and all of these songs.
Yes, Spectrum Disco. So it went from Super Strong to Spectrum, and Spectrum was the girl juggling song. Them time that you couldn't talk to Spectrum when it comes to the crowd, the juggling, the energy. So I was like, nah, I need to be a part of this. Spectrum Disco. I needed to be a part of that.
Yeah.
So it was levels from Spectrum to get the recognition from Afrique. So Afrique, I said, no, man, that youth are bad, man.
Yeah.
That youth are bad, and we need that youth here. Yeah. So Afrique now accumulated so much dates that I was still that contract killer.
Got you.
So I would be on Spectrum, and then from time to time, Claude would call me and say, well, I do that date here.
Yeah.
Yeah, come eat that food here.
Yeah.
But now I permanently became a member of Afrique because them time the $300 was like $1 million.
What?
You feel me? Like
this
play music.
This is early 90s.
Brother, let me tell you, brother, you see them time there, we wasn't playing music for any money. It was the love of the music. So it didn't even matter if we get $1.
Yeah.
It didn't even matter if we get $2 because that wasn't in our mind frame.
Yeah.
No money. But when you got $50 from this sound and then Africa give you $300, I'm like, yo, you know what I could do with $300?
What?
So,
and as a kid, these times
as a little kid.
Yeah.
And I'm talking about I started playing music from like 11 years old. Like I never, like God bless, I never had a job in my life. I never worked. If car broke down right now, I don't know if it fix it. Like me and Sandra would be stuck outside. I was like, you know what you're doing? No, Sandra, you know what you're doing?
I want to call somebody.
Let's call AAA.
Yeah.
So that was the situation. And then it just became like, nah, this money thing is nice.
Yeah.
And I became more I'm more interested into Afrique because now it's different levels of music. Because even when I first went to Afrique Sound Station as a contracted selector, I remember the first big dance with my player. I went with my record boxes. So now Super Claude was like, yo, you need to play this song and this song. I was like, yo, listen, I got this, man. You know my name? My name is Steelie the Kid.
Steelie
I
the
got
Kid.
this.
Right.
It's the reason why I'm here.
Yeah.
Yeah. The end of the night, brother, I flap like dog.
You know everything, right?
Listen,
you know everything.
My flap like dog. And he stood up there and he didn't even tell me what to do or what not to do or nothing. My flap because it's two different eras that I never knew about.
Yeah.
Me never know Afrique have the big people, and because all my life I was around the youngins.
Yeah.
So I never knew that you have to play Dennis Brown and them thing there, and me I say, what the hell?
Yeah.
So me flap like dog. And I'm playing music and I'm saying, yo, where the hell is these people?
Yeah.
Like, the dance flap.
Yeah.
So I'm juggling. I'm by 5 o'clock in the morning, the place ram. Listen.
New York.
Huh?
New York, good old New
Man,
York.
listen, from 10 to 4, just me, the bartender, them, and the pitcher man.
Yeah.
From 4 to 11 p.m., ram.
Crazy.
I have no music to play that time.
Crazy. Yeah.
Crazy.
Wow. So then, because remember, Afrique was basically considered the Stone Love, basically, of New York at that time there. So, you know, when you're going in, how I remember Afrique, it was Superclad, Jaga B, and Crazy Richie.
Correct.
That was the first lineup that I seen. And then when the newer crop, the younger guys came in, that was like you and Twitch.
No, Twitch is a young old guy, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
Twitch is a young old guy. Twitch been there like I would say day 3 of Afrique.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So when Twitch came, Twitch was like the young youth on Afrique, but he's been there since.
Yeah.
I'm listening to some Bontikilla dubs with Bontikilla young voice saying, yo, Super Twitch. I'm like, wow.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, Twitch
for so
was
long.
there.
Yeah.
Twitch was there for
Because it's like you
minute.
guys had that younger feel.
Yeah. Well, I brought that younger feel to Afrique because I had that crowd. Remember when I said to you, I always been that product.
Yeah.
So I brought that younger generation to Afrique to allow me to be myself. You remember the first dance when I got my flap like dog, you know?
Yeah.
After I got settled in, the songs that I played in the beginning that I flapped became a regular type of juggling because I brought my people into the Afrique crowd. So I was able to play the Dennis Brown and then the young people music.
Because you have the people them in the
Right,
place.
because now my people are mingling with Afrique Sound Station.
Makes sense. Wow. So then how did you transition now from Steelie the Kid to Steelie Bashment?
Now, this guy, man, I'm going to tell you about this guy, right? You cannot tell this guy that I'm about to call his name.
Yeah.
Nothing about what he's done for the business. Let's play the selector's guessing game, right? I did this, I did that. No one can tell me this. I am the man, I'm the go. Who am I speaking about?
Clearly, Tony Matterhorn.
Clearly. I, me.
Clearly.
Which is my brother, right? Matterhorn separated itself from Addies, as we all know, and was very successful about it.
For sure.
All right. When Matterhorn left Addies, he was all over the place as a solo selector. He was in an Afrique dance them and everywhere. Yeah. And at one point, Afrique Sound Station wanted to hire Matterhorn. Like, soon as he left, we wanted to hire him. Like, you need to be a part of what's going on now because we're here every night. Remember, Addies wasn't playing out every night.
No.
And Addies had the mentality of a bad man mentality. Matterhorn is not that. No. So anytime he came to Afrique party, they was like, yo, where I go? Yo, where I do? When I mingle at them, when you see Addies, you're seeing them in a class. You're not supposed to see them, period.
Yeah.
That was the whole the
mystique.
Of Addies Sound Station. But Matterhorn was the skettle.
Yeah.
The skettle of the sound. But you cannot change the stripes of a zebra. Matterhorn is always Matterhorn. So we wanted to contract him as part of our crew because he was everywhere we were. Everywhere, right? So at that point now, we named our team. Our team consists of the Afrique members, which was Super Slick, Crazy Richie. Yes, Crazy Richie. You had what's his name again? Super Flex.
Yes.
You had Super Flex. You had myself, Jaga B, the whole team and Matterhorn. So we called ourselves the younger version, which was me, Slick, Flex, Matterhorn, and Twitch. We call ourselves the Bashment Squad.
Yes, I remember that. Yeah, of course, yes.
Yes, we call ourselves the Bashment Squad. So
Yeah.
the Bashment Squad consists of Twitch Bashment,
Yeah.
Matterhorn Bashment,
Get out of here.
Slick Bashment,
Yeah.
Super Flex Bashment,
Yeah.
and Steelie Bashment.
Wow. History lesson and a half. I had no idea because I remember Bashment Squad because remember Toronto is so close to New York. So if you're traveling back and forth a lot, you know what's going on in New York. So I used to bring back the Flyers Bashment Squad.
Yes,
You see, but I
Bashment
didn't
Squad.
know that everybody actually had the name.
Bashment. Yeah. So guess who name stuck?
Yeah.
Steelie Bashment.
Just like that.
Just like that.
And what year was that?
I would say 96, 95.
Yeah.
Around that time.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I thought, well, I guess I'm mixing up the timeline in my mind. I thought that you left Afrique first and then Matterhorn left Addies.
No, Matterhorn left Addies first.
Yeah.
So if you can recall in all his interviews or every time he talk, oh, me are the first solo selector, me are the first, every man follow. No, you're not the first because before you they had a Baby Wayne movements.
Yes.
Before you they had a Rodigan.
Yes.
Before you just made it popular. So do not say me. When you check the history and the levels of who was the solo selectors first, there were before you. There were many before you, but you just made it popular. You just made it, made the solo selectors know that you can be your own boss, and he made it.
Yeah.
I was the second out of our era to do that.
Okay. And how long were you actually on Afrique for?
I'll say probably like 5-6 years.
About 5-6 years, eh?
Yeah.
And do you remember when you left?
Yeah, 97.
97. What was the reason why you left?
It was I was kind of like straying because everybody I watch Matterhorn know, because when Matterhorn get $1 him now if split it with nobody else,
Yeah.
So I was kind of straying and the camp started falling apart because now everyone was not on the same page. It's like, okay, one man will collect the deposit and then you go to the party and then the promoter say, boy, you know, no money for getting because I'm sending all of that already. So now when you got used to that $300, now you're not getting anything at the pinnacle now. This is when we want the sneakers now. This is when we have car payments. This is when we have responsibilities.
Yeah.
So now when you have the responsibilities for a man, say, say, me give the man the whole lot of the money already. And then you flew 3,000 miles and you coming back like, yo, what's going on? So it kind of was breaking down at that point. But now you ask yourself, damn, if I leave, what I'm going to do? It's just like a relationship you're stuck in where your wife, the roof is under your wife's name and then everything you're saying to yourself, like, what am I going to do? So it was in a grievance and it wasn't a happy environment for me.
Got you.
All right. Until it became physical at one point. Yeah, it became physical with me and wanted to select them. So, yeah. So at that point, I was like, nah, I'm out.
Yeah.
And when I left, I'm saying to myself, yo, you know what? I got dead for hungry now, because now, when someone feels like they have that strong hold on you and can stop you from eating food moving forward, I'm saying to myself, damn, what I'm going to do?
Yeah.
What I'm going to do? So I struggled it out for probably like 2 years.
Okay.
I struggled it out until I built an identity for myself.
So I thought at that time you had left on a high note. So for you branching off, it's like, okay. So you were so ingrained in Afrique. It was basically Steelie Bashment, but Afrique was so big that you were almost overshadowed by the sound. So now you had to go out and dig your own way out now and carve your own way out.
Correct. So it happened by the grace of God because I'm a type of person, I always been ahead of my time.
We know this.
Always,
Yeah.
I always been ahead of my times, in which I plan my idea, I structured my ideas, and I always say to myself, what's the next best thing that people needs to depend on you?
Yeah.
And that always been my drive,
Yeah.
to be dependent on by people.
Yeah.
Because of your product.
Where do they need me?
Why? Yeah. What do they need? And I put myself in a position in which they needed me.
Yeah. All right.
I became their drug.
Yeah.
I became their crack. I
Yeah.
became I have to have this.
And how did you figure it out? What was it that you actually figured out? Say, you know what? This is how I'm going to actually brand it and make it work for me so we could take it to the moon.
Well, it started by thinking of what's going on at that time. And at that time, it was the dancing era. It was the bogles, it was the buju,
Yeah.
it was the elephants, and everybody was in a dancing craze.
Yeah.
If he was in the Pasa Pasa 55 to 177, yes, it was that era.
Yeah.
It was that era. So I said to myself, you know what? The place I moved too fast. Let me put out a soul CD.
Classic, classic.
Yes, I said, let me put out a soul CD. And the backlash I got from that was like, yo, where I do that in a damn time, yeah? Nobody know why I hear that.
What?
Yeah, I got a lot of backlashes because, I brought the ideas to people when I was doing it. I was like, yo, man, I do the CD. And the man, I said, nobody know why I hear that right now. Elephant around the place,
Yeah.
What you do? I say, all right. And I stuck to my guns.
Yeah.
And I put out that CD from 97.
97
And what year
again.
we in now?
Wow, 2019 going into 2020.
Right, so you do the math.
Yeah.
That's how old that CD is. And up to
Crazy.
this day,
Yeah.
people is the biggest thing. That CD is actually what made me.
Yeah.
For me, for stand up on my 2 foot and say, all right, yeah, the man.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that I'm the best soul CD DJ in the world. Half of these soul music be putting me to sleep. Like, I can't
Yeah.
take all of that. I don't want to hear all of that. But what made it what it is, it was the first of its kind.
That's okay. That's where you won right there to say, okay, everybody's going left.
Yes.
I'm going to go right.
Correct.
And hard right too, you know.
And never be afraid to take chances.
Yeah.
And that would put people in that's to distinguish the difference between in the fast lane and the lane is not moving.
Yeah.
It's taking chances. So the chance that I took, everybody chastised it in the beginning.
Yeah.
But towards the end, everybody else soul CD starts sounding like Steelie Bashment CD now. Now it becomes a point in time when you hear Celine Dion in a party, in your mind, the first thing, different verses, you're saying Steelie Bashment every song.
It's
And
just
we got nothing
ingrained.
to be give. Steelie.
Yeah, crazy.
It goes right back to me.
Yeah.
So no matter where I try, it comes right back to here.
Crazy.
So that's what people don't realize. And when people see me to this day,
Yeah.
they say, me never know you look so.
Yeah.
Me I look for this big man about 97.
Yeah.
Nah.
We're a kid
It's
those
just the
times.
mentality that we have of the music at that time. I
That's
took
crazy.
the top 20 soul songs
Yeah.
and just put it on a CD.
And that was it.
That was it.
And when did you find out, say, okay, you know what, this is bubbling. When did you find out that something's happening here?
It was a CD. Back then, you had 3 CD kings. You had, let me try to remember. You have Dan Lou. Remember
100%.
Dan Lou.
Of course, brethren.
You had Bentley.
Bentley. Brethren again. Brethren.
And then you had what my boy name again?
Not Reds.
No,
I know who you're talking about. The top
Tall,
two was thing there. Was Bentley and Dan Lou. And there was
what's
a
his
third
name?
one.
With Ricky Blaze. Him used to part with Ricky Blaze them. What's my boy name again? Damn.
Yeah.
I can't remember. Don't kill me. Don't kill me. But he was the one who actually
Yeah.
took the CD and made it what it was.
Yeah. Okay.
He then because he was the biggest CD distributor at that time.
Got you.
Damn. Yeah, so when that CD touched the world, it made my name a household name, but people still didn't know.
Yeah.
Like, who's this kid? We're hearing about you. Up to last night, we're in Toronto, and some people are saying, yo, you know how much years me I listen to? Man, I hear about Steelie Bashment. I never know you look like you're 25. You know what I mean? So
Crazy.
That was,
That's amazing there, just to figure, say, hey, you know what? Let me put out the CD, run a completely different way than everybody else that's running with the dancing and the jiggy and everything at that time there. Run a different way, and you're definitely going to make something happen for you. You know what I mean? And that right there is amazing. I don't even think that you understood how serious it was. So when it came to your dates as Steelie Bashment, all right? How did you start to get your dates after the CD? People heard the CD and stuff. How did people start to contact you and get your first set of dates?
But remember, I was that brand from a long time ago.
Yeah.
So I always had my crowd before Afrique Sound Station. So that crowd never left me. So now going back to the financials now.
Yeah.
So instead of paying Afrique $1,000, okay, just give me a little $3
Yeah. So you're back.
So I'm back
You're
right
back
in it.
there.
I'm back in it. But now it's mine.
Yeah.
It's mine.
You're not splitting it.
I'm not splitting it.
Yeah.
So it works out to be the same thing, because even when I'm around them, out of the 1,000, that's why I probably get the 2 or the 3 anyway. So basically it goes back to the same thing.
Yeah. Just like that.
Just like that. So my clientele was very supportive of what I was doing, because now me and the artist them became very good friends. Me and Elephant became the best of friends.
Okay.
Me and Kiabetan. I remember I was like the first who had the portable studio to voice these artists.
Back then?
Yes, back then, because it was the Dan One Studios, when we used to go to the Dan One Studios. And you know that the evolution revolved. Everything changed. So now it became that the artists felt like they were stressed over in the studios.
Yeah.
So now here I come with these portables, and now the artists then feel comfortable with the hotel room. So now that's another form of me being dependent on.
Yeah.
So now any artist will come to New York, I was the only one. Yo, link Steelie. Yo, you gotta link him. You gotta link him.
Yeah.
So even if you didn't want it to talk to me, when you go link Cableton, I said link me.
Yeah.
So it became, my name continuously was in that bucket of name to calls in New York.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Crazy. It's just being smart, being in the right place, right time, and having a brand. Once you have that brand, you could transform it and do so many different things with it. So many things. It's crazy. So then I guess at that point there, you started to actually branch out and keep your own events.
Correct.
At that time there.
But I was doing my events before Afrique.
Okay.
So remember, I went into these sound systems with my brand already.
Yes.
So before I went on Afrique, I had 2,000 people in my parties. I had 1,000.
Yeah.
So they're looking at it like, nah, this kid is like, we need this kid. So that's why I said I always been that product from day one. That's crazy there. Because I know some of your events were something like History Clash.
Yes. Was one of your big events.
That was way after.
That was way after. What was some of your earlier ones?
The earlier ones was like the birthday, the Red and White Affair.
Yes.
The Red and White Affair. And it was historical because the Red and White Affair, every year it snowed. And it was
this is in February.
So they started calling me the snowman because like 20 feet of snow, I still had 3,000 people. And they couldn't believe it. Like, wow, what this kid, what is he putting in these people's brain?
Yeah.
And it's just that, remember, back then, it wasn't that much promoters. Every promoter was a fan.
Yeah.
Now the thing watered down because every fan becomes promoters.
Yeah. It's a flip the whole situation now.
So everybody's segregated.
Yeah.
So you're not going to get that bulk of the crowd again like that.
Yeah.
Because now you need 5 and 6 promoters to keep one event. And we know the whole evolution of it has changed.
Yeah.
So when you say stealing now, our era of people goes back to what I've done.
Yeah.
But I have to constantly remind them of what I've done and what I'm still doing. Because people don't care what you did yesterday. They want to know what's going on today.
Right now.
Right now. What's going on now? I don't care about yesterday.
Yeah.
Come on, you're a dinosaur.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't care about that. Right now is our era. You don't have to be good, but they just feel like a fit in time.
Yeah.
So my whole structure of still being relevant is fitting into their plans. Because even the younger DJs, why am I still so respected? Because I put them in a place musically.
And that's what you're supposed to do.
It depends. Not anybody can do that.
But when I say put you in your place, as in you're not gonna come and say in my time. You're gonna see them at their game and raise it.
Right.
That's what you're supposed to do.
Yeah, that's
what I
do.
mean. You're not gonna tame it down or turn it down.
Right.
See you at your game and raise you.
Yeah, because now even with the younger generations now, they have their thing that they're going on with, right? And what I do now, like you said, I give them their glory.
Yeah.
I give them glory. Like any questions I need to ask, I ask them, and they feel quite content with that. Like, yo, the elder, have him respect for me.
Yeah.
I mean, I have to give the elder back him respect.
Just like that.
Just like that. But you can't be in these events or these clubs and do what you do and then degrade what they do.
No.
No matter if they're not on that popularity level that you on, they're in their own world.
Yeah.
They have their own network that's going on.
Yeah. You're now invited into their world.
Yes,
you're
correct.
no longer
their world.
Yeah, you're not in
their world.
They're not in yours. You're in theirs.
Yeah,
and that's a big difference, and that's what a lot of people don't understand.
I agree.
Brought up the history clash. Okay. How long did you actually do that series for?
I think I started it. I've been doing it for 9 years.
9 years.
I've been doing it for 9 years.
Give me your top 3 most memorable history clashes that you kept.
The Radigan and Mighty Crown. That was the first. That was the first.
Yeah.
That one was epic.
Beyond.
Epic.
Yeah.
The other was the Addies and Soul Supreme.
Crazy.
Yes, that one.
Yeah.
That levels was crazy. And I think which other one that was kind of like beyond. I think those two was the most memorable because history wasn't branded as clashes.
It didn't originally start that way.
No,
Yeah.
it was more based on a true word thing.
Got you.
You feel me? You're not coming in to as a clash.
With a referee, this and
Right,
that. It's old school style in the modern days.
Right, and you just chew your word and you do your thing. But after a while, they caught on to it. They caught on to my Ponzi scheme.
You're trying to burn your mate off the game, and they said, nah,
they
bro.
They caught on to my Ponzi scheme.
Yeah.
So you know what? They was like, yo, listen, no, sir.
You have to put something on the thing. You know?
Everybody became like, yo, we know what this is going to be, man.
Yeah.
We know what this is. So
Yeah.
that's, and it kind of like it outpriced or figured itself because now everyone knows the levels of the history.
Yeah.
I could say history dance and put Addies and bass Addies on the fly. They'd be like, nah.
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
It's not happening.
Yeah.
We want this amount.
And it doesn't make sense.
And it doesn't make any sense.
Wow, history dance. I mean,
And for the record, moving fast forward, I contacted an individual for History Clash.
Okay.
And I'm telling you how out of control this guy. You know what this individual told me?
What?
He wants $30K.
What for what? Hold on, not as an artist, as a sound system.
Has a sound. So that right there deters me from even wanting to do it again.
Yeah.
Because it's not because of the culture no more. And even that 30K that you're getting, you're not even going to invest it into your brand. You just are going to brag about where you get France Steelie and put it in your pocket. So, you know what? I just walked away from it. So
Leave it alone.
we have the history of what we've done back in the days, and we appreciate it. We hold on to it.
Yeah.
So that's our peace of mind.
Yeah.
So we think about the history classes, what it did. We think about the snowstorm birthday parties. We think about the 80s and 90s music. That's the lifeline that we have. So even if nothing again keeps to that caliber, we can sit down for years
And talk. Yeah.
And talk.
It makes sense because I know one brand that right now I see that you're actually touring across Canada, US, and even Jamaica is Memories Underwater.
Yes.
Big brand.
Yes.
How did you even come up with that?
My crowd evolved over the years.
Okay.
I started with the young people. I accumulated the big people. The big people them run me.
Yeah.
Got back the small people.
Yeah.
And at this age now, I said to myself, me need back the big people.
Got you.
So for me to gain their trust, it was hard.
Yeah.
Because you have the big people and I said, no man, too much picnic going party. And you know they don't want to mingle with that.
At all.
So now they believe in my brand when I present to them. When I say Memories, they believe in it because I work back to get their confident level into what I present to them. And it's Memories. And, you know, Memories is always a big sell anywhere for our people.
Of course.
So, and another thing, they respect my craft that I put into it. So when we are playing Memories, you know, when we are playing them song, we play it with energy, we play it with fun, we play it with laughter. So it's a difference of playing soul music, like, say, A Cancer from Stone Love, and me playing the same record there with him play. It's like day and night.
Yeah,
no disrespect.
Same. It's how you interpret.
It's how the
music.
energy that you put. So people love the energy that I put behind these songs because we live the era.
Yeah.
It's not like the younger generations hear about the Super Cat and then play it for 2.3 seconds and wheel and gone.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we know the history. So Memories Weekend has definitely became a phenomenal event up there with the BRTs and those type of events. And that's the portrayed, that's the vision that we have with the Memories brand.
Okay, and right now I know you do Labor Day. No, not Labor Day. When do you do Canada for Memories?
We do it Labor Day, we call it, September.
We do Labor Day
weekend.
Okay, weekend. So we're Toronto, New York.
Yes, and now Miami. Right.
Do you do in Jamaica also?
I'm trying to.
Yeah.
I'm trying to.
That's big because remember, everything used to come from Jamaica, but then now we could carry brands to Jamaica.
That's where it starts.
Yeah.
That's where it starts.
That's crazy right there. Steelie. It's so crazy.
Live in the building. Yeah.
It's so crazy right there. When it comes to New York, what's the real difference with the vibe in New York opposed to like Canada or anywhere else you travel to play?
It's basically the same thing. It's basically the same things. Where at this time now, we're lack of venues.
Okay.
We're lack of a lot of resources when it comes to music. And it's not only New York, it's worldwide. So everything has become lounges. Everything's become cafeteria. Everything's become fighting for venues.
Yeah.
So it's a worldwide thing. So you just have to know that you put yourself in that position to know that, okay, you have to structure yourself into these markets.
Yeah.
You know, wherever a promoter find a thing, we just have to just be
work with it.
now we have to be just grateful.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's that crazy, and it's a worldwide thing you're finding
worldwide
right now.
thing. Worldwide
it's so
thing.
crazy. Who's your biggest inspiration in your life when it comes to either musically or personally?
It's a lot.
Yeah.
It's definitely because, you know, Matterhorn, I'm a garden.
Yeah.
That's definitely my God. There's too much to mention, and people are inspired. I'm inspired in so many ways.
Yeah.
So to go into depths, like I probably don't have to talk to someone to be inspired by what they do.
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's the littlest things inspire me.
It's crazy. I have a round here called the Rapid Facts. I ask you some quick questions. You give me back some quick answers.
Let's go.
All right, let's go. What's your favorite color?
Red.
Okay. What's your biggest fear?
Rats.
Rats? Coming from New York, and that's a big fear. All right. Okay. All right. Okay. Are you a cooker or a cleaner?
None of the above.
None of the above?
No.
Okay. What's the last book you read?
How to Invest in Stocks.
Okay, very good book. All right. What's your side hustle?
Everything basically what's going on now.
Yeah. I hear you. It's one big side hustle. mixed up in
Whatever's
one.
going on now, I'm jumping on that bandwagon.
I hear you, brother.
Yes.
What's your hidden talent?
My hidden talent. Damn, do I have a hidden talent? Nah, I don't know. I don't know how to play the guitar or something.
Yeah.
I don't know nothing. No, nothing.
Yeah.
I don't have nothing.
All right. How do you relax?
How do I relax? I don't.
Always on the go.
Always on the go.
Favorite song of all times?
Three Little Birds.
All right. Okay, good one. Favorite artist of all times?
I would have to say Dennis Brown.
All right. Second guess had said that in a row. All right. Favorite movie of all times?
Movie. Dumb and Dumber.
Double. All right. You got me on that one there. Water or juice?
Water.
Okay. Sweet or salty?
None of the above.
None of the above. Okay. Favorite comedian?
Favorite comedian. I would say. Oh, what's my boy name again? Give me 2 seconds. I can't. Ashley Larry. What was the comedian?
Dave Chappelle.
Dave
Mr. Chappelle. 100. Agree.
Chappelle.
Floor is yours right now, Steelie. Anybody you want to big up, anything you want to say, leave contact info, anything. The floor is yours right now.
All right, I want to say enough respect to definitely the two-lined music hut for having Steelie Bashment. It was a great interview.
Thank you.
And I want the world to know what you're doing because you're doing the positive things and you're letting the world know in depth about people's personal lives. And that's what the world is based on right now. Everybody's in tune to what everybody is doing, and we need a platform. We need your platform
Thank you.
to kind of spread what we're doing because a lot of people don't know the history of Steelie Bashment, the history of the artists, the history of the sound systems. And we have a lot more to talk about. There's going to be a part 3 to this interview too. So I would like to thank you for having me, for taking the time out of your busy schedule, for having the Steelie Bashment. And you can follow Steelie Bashment on Instagram at Steelie Bashment. Follow me on Facebook, Friends of Steelie Bashment. And also Sandra Bright? I don't know.
Sandy Britt.
Sandy Britt.
On Instagram.
On Instagram.
All right, we know what's good. She's the one that
yeah.
actually made the connect happen. So you got to big her up, you know what I mean?
Definitely. The boss.
You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Steelie,
My brother.
it's been amazing. You're my
Muscle
Aquarius
to the
brother.
world.
Come on, bro. You're my
on,
Aquarius
yeah.
brother. And I
You know what it
understand
is.
how your mind thinks.
Yes.
Can't wait to sit down with you again. There's still so many questions.
So many
But
questions.
the history that you spoke about, crazy, because a lot of it I had no idea about, and I know you a long time.
Correct.
You know what I mean?
Correct, Moss.
Steelie, big up yourself. Thank you so very much. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is Muscle, and this has been another Two Line Music Hut Entertainment Report podcast, and we are out.
Steelie
Bashment. This podcast is brought to you by www.twolinedmusichut.com.